You are sitting with someone, maybe at work, maybe with friends, maybe in a family gathering. Everything feels normal. Then suddenly, they lower their voice and say, "Did you hear what happened with them?" And for a few seconds, it pulls you in. You listen. You react. Maybe you even laugh a little. Because gossip has a strange way of feeling interesting in the moment. But then, something uncomfortable happens. You start wondering, if they talk about others like this when they are not here, what do they say about me when I am not around? That is the strange power of gossip. It feels like connection while it is happening, but afterward, it can make the room feel less safe. And people who gossip are not always just bad people, jealous people, or cruel people. Sometimes gossip is their way of feeling important. Sometimes it is their way of being included. Sometimes it is their way of controlling the room without looking like they are trying to control anything. So the real question is not, why do they talk about other people? The real question is, what do they get from it? Because gossip often reveals more about the person speaking than the person being spoken about. When someone shares private information, they suddenly become the person who knows something. They are not just part of the conversation anymore. They become the source, the center, the person everyone listens to for a moment. And for someone who quietly fears being ignored, that moment can feel powerful. This is why gossip can become so addictive. It gives a quick feeling of social value. The person feels useful because they have information. They feel interesting because they have a story. They feel connected because other people are reacting with them. But here is the part most people miss. That connection is often built on exclusion. Two people may feel close because they are talking about a third person. But the closeness is not built on trust. It is built on someone else being left outside the room. And that kind of connection is fragile. Because deep down, everyone listening knows the same thing. Today, someone else is the story. Tomorrow, it could be them. People who gossip often come from environments where attention had to be earned socially. Maybe they learned that being quiet meant being invisible. Maybe they learned that having news made people notice them. Maybe they grew up around people who treated private details like normal conversation. So over time, they start collecting stories, mistakes, secrets, and judgments. Not always because they want to destroy someone, sometimes because they do not know how else to feel interesting. At the center of gossip, there is often comparison. When someone points out another person's failure, they feel a little higher. When they expose someone's mistake, they feel a little cleaner. When they judge someone's choices, they feel a little wiser. But that feeling does not last. So they need another story, another flaw, another person to discuss. And slowly, gossip becomes less like a conversation and more like a habit. The surprising contradiction is this. Gossip can make someone look socially connected while quietly making them less trustworthy. People may laugh with them, they may listen, they may even ask for more details. But inside, they are also thinking, I should be careful what I tell this person. So gossip may win attention in the short term, but it loses respect in the long term. What most people misunderstand is that gossip is not only about the person being discussed. Many times, it is about the speaker's need to feel relevant, powerful, entertained, or accepted. The target changes, but the pattern stays the same. That is why some people never stop after one story. Once one person's drama becomes old, they need a new one. So the next time someone gossips, do not only listen to the topic. Watch the pattern. Do they speak with concern, or do they enjoy exposing people? Do they tell the full story, or do they twist details for reaction? Do they protect private information, or do they trade it for attention? Because there is a difference between discussing a real situation and turning someone's private life into entertainment. And the most important thing is this. Be careful how much of your private life you give to someone who treats other people's private life like content. Gossip may feel like connection, but real connection does not require someone else's absence. The way someone talks about others when they are not in the room tells you exactly how safe you are when you leave the room.